Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to a new video today on In the Stars. Today I will be talking about Libra/Scorpio Cusp. So as I said before, if you fall on the cusp, then you're 3 days before, you're 3 days at the end of one sign and the first 3 days at the beginning of the new sign. So we're a little outside of the Libra Scorpio cusp right now, but I still didn't want to miss it, so I wanted to deliver you guys this information that I have on Libra and Scorpio cusp. So if you're on the cusp, if you're a Libra on the cusp of Scorpio, that means that you're a Libra predominantly with a little bit of Scorpio traits. And if you're on the cusp if you're a Scorpio on the cusp of Libra, so if you're born in the first 3 days of Scorpio, then that means you're a Scorpio with some Libra traits. So a Libra with some Scorpio traits, or a Libra on the cusp of Scorpio, will probably or tend to usually be a little bit more serious. You know, they're going to be a little bit more mysterious. Things of those natures. They're still going to be predominantly that their Libran self, talkative, a little bit jovial, things of that nature. But as I said before, they're going to have a little bit more seriousness to them because of that influence of Scorpio. They want to, as I said before, they're probably more persistent. They're probably more determined as far as when it comes to their emotions, so to speak. Like, they're probably a little bit more emotional than other Librans. As I also said, they're probably going to be more mysterious than other Librans as well. So that means that they're going to be more reserved than other Librans, less talkative than other Librans. And so also what comes with this, they will be more intuitive. As I said before, and when I talked about Libra season, Libras sometimes, or they tend to usually be indecisive about things. This Libran in particular will be the strongest at being decisive because they will be more intuitive, or because they will have that more intuitive nature about them. But as I said before, you always have to think of the duality of that. And now, if it's debilitating, if it's aspected negatively, then this can do the reverse of that. This can actually make them more indecisive because they don't know, because their intuition could be all over the place, or they can or because their emotions can be all over the place if they don't have a good grasp on those traits, a good grasp on their influence of that. So as I said before, and I always keep saying it, when I mention a positive or a negative about things, you already have to think of what's the flip side to that, and that's how you will get, the different traits of these different of people's different zodiac signs when you think about the traits of those signs. So they could also, another Scorpio trait that helps influence or can hinder the influence of Libras is that they will be more, or Libras on the cusp of Scorpio, is that they will be more passionate because of that. They're already passionate people because they're ruled by Venus, but now they have the Scorpio influence that's lingering on them, that allows them to be more passionate, as I said, more emotional. So they will probably, or more than likely, be more relationship seeking, more seeking into building relationships intimately. So this also leads them into being more lustful people, and as I said before, you got to think of the reverse of that. This can also lead to them making the wrong decisions, if their intuition isn't acting accordingly, or if they're not or if they don't have a good grasp or a good control over that intuition or those emotional feelings. Or this could even lead to them being more boxed in, as far as not allowing their emotions to flow, because they're that might be afraid to getting in certain relationships, because they know that they love deeply, or they lust deeply for people. But if they do take a relationship serious and are really committed to being in a relationship, this would lead to these type of Libras to being more stable in their relationship, because the influence of the Scorpio's fixed sign, as I said, kind of wiggling its way in there. It'll lead them to being more stable as far as when it comes to relationships, and not as flighty like the air that they are. So now, what comes to mind when you think about a Scorpio on the cusp of Libra? A Scorpio on the cusp of Libra is going to be more talkative than other Scorpios. They're going to be less reserved. They're going to be the opposite of those things. They're going to be not as boxed in. You know what I mean? They could be more easily to figure out. They can even be more relationship oriented than the other Scorpion signs, or even more outgoing, wanting to just not so focused on necessarily on maintaining power, or trying to find a way to succeed in the world, should I say, or to get one up. They might be more laid back, or more, wanting to, as I said, wanting to get out more, wanting to do more of things, not wanting to necessarily stay in the home, or go to work, or such certain things like that. But they might be more inclined to want to go out and have fun and do things of those natures than other Scorpios. They can also be less decisive than other Scorpios because of that Libran, as I said before, wiggling its way in there, or leaning its way into their sign. That Libran indecisiveness can find its way into these Scorpios who are on the cusp of Libra. It can lead them to being less indecisive, not more sure of their intuition, not more sure of their emotions. And as I said, for Libra on the cusp of Scorpio, the same goes for Scorpio on the cusp of Libra. This can lead to them to shattering away from certain relationships. Even though they might want those relationships, they might not be totally decisive of those relationships, because they're not as in tune with their emotions as they would possibly like to be. Also, with Scorpios on the cusp of Libra, this can lead to them being more attractable type of people, because of that influence of Venus shadowing its way into, or shining its way into to those Scorpio Libra cusp. So, as you know, Venus is the planet of beauty, and that's what it helps influences Libra. So it can so with Scorpios on this cusp, it will lead to them, as I already said before, that Scorpios were attractive people, and so are Libras. So on this cusp, you add on to that attraction, and they also and these Scorpios might also be a little bit more materialistic than other Scorpios are. The power comes for them. They might see power more in things of the materialism. Like they might see power more into, might feel more powerful by having the newest car, or the biggest house. Things that they can show off in, or things that resonates to them in a materialistic type of way, because they see that beauty in all things, and also because because Venus is a planet of materialistic nature as well, as far as, you know, as I said, attraction to all things. Also don't forget that Venus, because it sees the beauty in all things, this leads to Libras being artistic type of people. So Scorpios on the cusp of Libra will be more artistic, could be more artistic than their other Scorpion counterparts. So in essence, they will be more money motivated, as I said, or they can be more money motivated than other Scorpions, and they will also, as I said before, they can that they can be a little bit more clingy because of that that Libran influence. It wants, as Libras naturally want relationships, they naturally seek out relationships, and Scorpios are already naturally clingy. So this can lead to them being more clingy than other Scorpions, other Scorpion counterparts. So that was it. That was just a short video on Libra Scorpio Cusp. As I said, I wanted to get that out so you guys can enjoy that, and I hope you did. So if you did, as always, press the like button. If you like the video, press subscribe button. If you want to stay in tune for future videos, click the description box. If you want to follow me on my social medias, write in the comment box down below to let me know how you all feel. And again, thanks for your time, and until next time, peace and love.